Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to, we're just going to call this Maz, because I don't really want to butcher this name of the map over and over and over again here, but welcome to the map. This is the latest challenge from the desk of Crustu. I saw him post this, what do we call it? What's it called? The Frugal Millionaire? Yeah, the Frugal Millionaire, where we're starting in hard economy, 2 days per month. All the stuff is on or off as per what you'll see in the description of this video. No super strength, no loans. There's leasing. Sorry, there's no loan. You can't take a loan, but you do owe $250,000 and you have no money. So the goal of this challenge is basically in hard economy to pay off your loan and get $1 million in your bank account. I got a feeling we should be all right, but we'll see how it goes. So you're allowed to start with a tent and the Gator with the 3-point attachment. And that's it. So here's my Gator. It didn't necessarily say what spec Gator, so we went with the 6-wheeled Gator and the enclosed cabin in case weather becomes too difficult and we can no longer cut it in the tent. I did, of course, need to eat, and as you've seen on Comlands, I've always got some sausages on the grill. I added myself a picnic table because that's where I'm going to be hanging out probably a lot of the time, just pondering my existence. And that's it. Yeah. So you get to start with this chunk of land. So let's go look at that quickly. All right. This nondescript forest piece here with this little sliver of field, which turns out to actually be a pretty substantial size forest, and an oat field that is ready to harvest. Now, the only unfortunate thing is we don't have any money, so I have no way of harvesting it. But we're going to get some money, and we are going to harvest that field today. So what are we going to do? I guess we're going to cut down a crap load of trees, but I don't have a chainsaw. So we're allowed to do contracts in this, and we're allowed to pick up one collectible per day, and we're allowed to do contracts. If you look, let's see what kind of contracts are available. Anyways, I haven't actually looked. Okay, we have one fertilizing contract, 2 harvesting contracts. I might try to avoid some of the harvesting contracts at the beginning here just because it's going to be a bit of a pain in the butt. A lot of steps. Marta needs plowed. Field 80. So trying to find the fields on the map to kind of scout them out can be a bit of a nightmare because there's just a crap load of them and they look like they're all over the place. So I think if we're going to take a contract, we just take it. I will 100% be leaning on some of the local degenerates, maybe those that have been freshly released from prison, have no other source of income. I will be putting them to work for me as I sign up for contracts and don't actually want to do the work. I'll be taking advantage of the disadvantaged. I'm not looking for a collectible, but if there was one kicking right around here, I would probably take it. Okay, and there's our chainsaw. It's great I can go buy a chainsaw, but we need to buy... I don't have any way of getting I don't have a trailer or anything like that, and I can't... there's no way to strap anything to this. I'm not going to throw wood in the cabin there, so let's accept that fertilizing contract, because now I have a couple bucks to buy some fertilizer. Let's hope that another fertilizer contract pops up while we're doing this one. Remember to fill the tools if needed. Well, I'm sure they're going to be needed. So the interesting thing about fertilizer contracts that I've recently realized, because I did the first one in my entire life recently, it would seem as though if you buy fertilizer and then they reimburse you at the end, they pay you far more than what you would have initially paid, which I think is kind of interesting. So we may benefit from this. What on earth is the capacity of that? Let's buy ourselves a small bag of fertilizer. Oh, well, I could buy what would that be? 500 bucks would be 500 liters. She's getting pricey there, boys. We'll spend $1,000 bucks, but we'll get 1,500 liters. It's a pretty good deal. It's probably the best deal, actually. Let's see, does this have that trick too? Yeah, and see, look what happens. So now you want 2 of them. All of a sudden, magically, it's $3,000. So you just buy them one at a time. Even if this thing takes all 1,000 or 1,500 liters, that's fine, because we can just eject it and use it later. There, 1,500 liters. All right, now we just got to find this field. There's a farm. I want to say this might even be the starting farm, but off to our right-hand side here, there's a whole sort of grass area, and there's a couple buildings in there. I kind of want to buy. So I'm gonna say right now, the goal of this series is to pay off your $250,000 debt and find yourself with $1 million in the bank. You could do that living in a tent. You could do that by never spending money on anything that, like, if you don't buy a farm. There's a bunch of ways that you can sort of get yourself there, and probably get yourself there pretty quickly. But freaking stork up there. I want to kind of enjoy the map too, and I don't know, and just to kind of enjoy the series, right? This will be a series. I'll try to post at least 1, if not 2 videos per week on this. I think I'd like to get a farm here at some point. What I'm not planning on doing is taking my forest plot and then turning that into my farm, for lack of a better explanation. I guess this is it. So the fields on this map are incredibly small and very much packed together. You could end up buying multiple plots and merging them to make yourself a respectable setup. Oh, we're done. Shut it off. Okay, so let's get over to... I want to get over to the store. Oh, so actually there's a question. If I eject the fertilizer, I think I'm just going to return this as is, because I think they pay me for the fertilizer that's in the machine. So yeah, like, look, $865. Give me $1,900 for $1,000 worth of fertilizer. Let's go to the store quickly, because that's, I think, ultimately where we're going to want our fertilizer. Let's eject the fertilizer from the machine, and then let's see if that reimbursement is still there. It would be pretty sweet if we could eject the fertilizer and use it on another. We could stockpile our fertilizer at the store and eventually use that on our own farm. We're not going to do too many scammy things on this. Oh no. Okay, we'll just take that as a sign, and we'll accept the contract as is, and we'll move on. All right, this one we're probably going to regret this one. Look at that lethal piece of machinery. So the one thing I got to remember, despite the fact that we're on 2 days per month, this is the first month. So the 2 days per month doesn't actually kick in till the season changes. Oh, right down here. So once that season changes, then we'll begin to see the 2 days per month. So if we want to get that field harvested, then we've only got today to do it. What my plan is will be to lease the equipment exactly when we're ready. So I don't want to incur any additional costs that aren't necessary. But if we can grab the equipment, go harvest, and return it quickly, then we should be good. Look at these crazy fields. Like, you could buy a bunch of these fields and just make yourself a decent field. Yeah, this weird little tractor pulls this well. So I was going to hire a worker, but you know what? This is not going to take us very long. Oh, I should probably put the weight up in the front. That might help us speed up a little bit. Let's make sure I'm using the most of the plow. You can see I don't use these plows very often, or wait, more like ever. So I'm going to tell you right now, my guess is that this first episode is going to be a bit of a marathon. The kind of uphill. So I find when you land on something like this, like starting from scratch or whatever, there's typically like a scramble at the beginning to kind of get yourself up and running. And in this case here, we have an outstanding loan. We have opportunity, right? There's by all accounts will be a good supply of contracts. We're in hard economy, so nothing's going to pay well. Not all of the crops that we grow are going to be, they're not going to be worth a lot. So I think what's going to be very important for us here is to kind of create a kind of a network of productions, as you've just seen through Comlands, what that can turn into. But yeah, I think some of the stuff actually, so what I'm really excited about, some of the stuff that I've learned on Comlands, some stuff that I've tried that I hadn't tried before and honestly would never have tried, is going to make its way into this playthrough. it only makes sense. I found stuff. There's some things that I found that worked really well, and they're user friendly. They are not buggy, and they're lucrative. So they're obviously going to be way less lucrative here in a hard economy, but it'll be. I think it should be good for us anyway. So we got to be. I know I saw the 80% flash already, so we got to be getting closer to 90%. So that's good news. After this, there's really only the harvesting contracts, and I don't have any desire to harvest right now. I don't think that we're going to be able to pull any additional or much additional crop. Like, you know how sometimes you get to keep some of the crop, or you can either sell it or keep it or whatever. That plus I don't have a baler. Can you do that? Yes, you can do that, I think, right? If you have a baler, you can go lay down the straw, for example, and then go take that. Contract on field 80 finished. All right, we're gonna leave those guys for now. And there we go, just like that, we got $4,600. So we found a $1,000 collectible. We bought some fertilizer. We screwed ourselves probably by knocking the tractor over. And then we're here. So now the next step for us is going to be what I absolutely can't stand in videos, and that's going to be cutting down some trees. I don't think there's any good way to oh great, let's be a little more careful, shall we? What the hell? Yeah, I don't think there's a great way. The only good way that I've seen anybody show forestry in a video was Josh, the Gaming Joy channel, and his 2 computer setup, where he has the second computer character logged in and watching from a specific vantage point while he goes and, you know, cuts down a line of trees or something. So it's probably the most interesting time-lapse angle that you can get for logging. The problem with forestry and time lapses or whatever is that there's no, like, you know, when you want to go and landscape an area, the camera's fixed, right? So I mean, if you're smart, you keep your camera sort of fixed in one position, and you kind of build around it. And oh geez, I really gotta be careful. And paint the textures and all that kind of stuff. But as soon as you go and try to cut down trees, there's branches, there's, you know, all the foliage, you're jerking all over the place. It's really does not make for good TV. So I don't really like doing forestry when it comes to videos. But in this case here, we're gonna have to do it. I just may not include all of it, I think, in the actual edit. Okay, so look at that, $983. Now watch this turn out to be a complete glitch of a trailer. That's the problem with a lot of these inexpensive... Oh yeah, wait. This isn't going to tow very well, is it? Because of my 3-point hitch. Okay, well that... Whatever, I can turn, that's the main thing. Okay, chainsaw. Not the guy that does videos with Daggerwind, but a chainsaw. Okay, well, let's go use our hands for a minute before we... This is... Okay, so this trailer does not necessarily look like it works with this Gator here, but we're gonna make this thing work. It's a struggle at the beginning, right? Nothing... What the... Did that guy just smoke us? Nothing makes me feel better than... I'm gonna have to go to the replay for that one. Nothing makes you feel better than untested mods. Like, meaning I've never used this combo before. So I can only assume it's gonna work. I swear to God, that guy just... He hit us. So one of the settings in Crustu's list was traffic off. Now, I'm going to leave traffic on until I can't leave it on anymore. I like having the traffic on. I mean, I don't think it's a benefit by any means. Like, it's not making your gameplay easier by leaving the traffic on, so I don't feel bad about leaving it on. I just like the feel of it. you know, it feels like there's more stuff going on the map when there's people driving by, not when there's people hitting you. Watch behind me. Like, how could you miss me? I have my my big flashers on. I've got my 4-way flashers on. Plus, we have that, like, yield sign. Oh, and we have those safety stripes. What the hell's wrong with me? That guy might have been blind. I mean, that's possible. I'm just going to sort of eyeball a couple logs here, and then we'll see what is actually the correct weight and what's not. So that is 79 kilograms. So this is by no means a race. There's no, you know, get there in less than 30 episodes or you suck sort of thing. But I do feel a little bit of pressure at the beginning sometimes just to get a good start. Then you kind of like, yeah, you don't have any rhythm at the beginning. And the funny thing is, like, when you do starting from scratch, or, you know, now I'm starting to realize maybe like a challenge of some kind, likely you're already playing on a map. You've got a game save that you really like or whatever, and there's tons of stuff there that is not really transferable at the beginning because you have nothing, right? You're just ghetto at the beginning. As I'm loading this, I'm thinking, I don't even know if this is going to tow this. We'll probably just take the one tree so far. Like, I cut the one tree up. We'll probably take that one tree and bring it to the sell point to see what the story is. I don't want to have any issues. I am on playing on PC. I do have the Lumberjack mod, which and I do have like easy development tools, which would allow me to just make all the stumps disappear. I'm not going to do that unless I come up with maybe a dollar value. Let me go. I got to figure out where the sell point is. Hang on. Oh, okay, that's right down the road. We're here. All right, not nearly as responsive as it was on the way here. As soon as I hit any sort of fluctuation in... Oh, sorry. Byron! Yeah, watch that wheel right there. When that wheel touches, the trailer goes crazy. Which I can understand. That it probably would be like that in real life too. Like, I remember we loaded up our bikes once. We had 3 bikes on a little trailer, and we had that wheel that comes down to when you're not hooked up. And I forgot to put it up. And we're driving down the street before we got, like, driving down my street before we got to the main road. And I could hear this noise. I'm like, what the hell is that noise? Anyways, we're kind of like dragging the caster along the ground, or the wheel, I guess. But yeah, it could have been bad. We could have just snapped it right off if we kept on going. Thankfully, we were just on my street. And it's one of those streets where nobody's ever out, so it's not like somebody could have yelled, watch out. Okay, so I'm really going to take it easy through here because I don't want to go straight into the trees and then have to work my way out. Let's just get this delivered with no drama, and then we can create drama later. I doubt I'm going to get it because these logs are small, but somewhere between 1,500 and $2,000 would be wicked. Or $3,492. I was admiring the forest. I don't know whether the tree textures are different than other maps or whatever. However, the map author is just kind of layered in the bushes and stuff. Not the forest ground. I hate the forest ground. I can't stand the sticks, and then I can't stand when there's like these bushes here, like right in front of me. You can't just paint those away. You have to actually put grass over them and then paint the grass, and then they go away. So yeah, you see this beautiful forest? This beautiful forest, a lot of this anyways, is ours. So, I mean, my first thought was, oh, you know what, I'll cut down everything. I will cut a field, and I'll begin farming here in the woods, and, you know, everything will be awesome. Then I'm like, you know what, screw that. Let's just sell as much wood as we can. Well, I have a plan. There will be a purpose for these woods. I can tell you that much. And it won't just be to resell the land once there's no trees, because I didn't see that in the rules either, but that is kind of scammy. It's like take all the resources and then sell it, probably for what you paid for it, whatever it was in the beginning, which I think was like 200 grand or something like that. But no, I do have a legitimate plan for this, and it might be a bit of a production complex complete with olive and grape vineyards and greenhouses. Okay, that's one tree. I was really tempted to cut another tree down and take like half of that in here, but let's just take what we know we can handle first and then push our luck later. I can definitely drive faster, but I'm intentionally driving slow so that way if I do hit a weird bump, which I've hit a couple already, I don't just totally lose control. Okay, this one can't be anywhere near the last one, but can it at least be more than $1,500? $2,600. I'm not a good guesser. All right, now I got $9,500. Little tractor. So the horsepower are 4,200 and 4,500. You pay $300. Ooh, and now you get like a bigger reverse light. All right, whatever. We'll spend the $6,100 and get ourselves the 35X model with 45 heap and horsepowers. Yeah, we may need to do another load of logs because the loader arm. Oh, the $750 is not too bad. Ooh, look at this beast. I think it goes like 30. All right, let's leave this here for a minute. We're gonna go get a couple more logs sold. We're close, boys. We're close. I don't even want to sell a full tree right now because, well, there's so much wood here. We'll throw a bunch of logs on there anyways. I don't need much more to get the loader arms. And do we pick up the weight already? Maybe we need to get the weight too. I'm just grabbing at random, but it seems to be working well. Anyway, so if we can just lay down a ton of these little pieces of wood, then we should make a couple bucks. And if recent history is the same, then it should be a few $1,000s, my guess. Whew, okay, let's get this tree sold. Oh, there's still more tree there. Anyways, this is going to be enough. This will be enough to get us where we need to be, and then I can probably pick that entire log up with the loader arms. Oh, I just blew right past the road. Not even like I couldn't slow down or anything. I just didn't even see the road. I just kept on going. All right, coming up to the final corner. Will we make it? I did have a couple dicey moments on the way over here, I'll tell you that much. Actually, right after I paused to continue driving, I hit one of those weird little jerky bumps and went right off the road. Okay, well, I don't know. What have we been, like $2,600 and $3,600 or something? You want to pick something in the middle, like $3 grand? I have no idea what to think, to be honest. This could be $800 and I wouldn't be surprised. I doubt it will be, but $2,800. Pretty much in the middle. Okay, let's get back to our forest and then we'll go get that tractor. Then wait till you see the logs we're going to be able to put on here. The only problem, though, is the extra weight is going to make it difficult to drive. More difficult than it already is. I guess that's what I should have said. But I swear, if this can tow a 45 horsepower tractor, it should also be able to. Although I can go at like, although I shouldn't be doing it with the trailer on, I can go 40 or 50 kilometers an hour. That one I think should work, right? Please work. Thank you for working. All right, just like that, we are rocking. This reminds me a lot of Valley Springs. I think I've got a pretty similar setup over there. but my tractor came with the farm when I bought it. Okay, so we have no hazards, no beacon. But it looks really cool. Anyways, it doesn't matter. This is what we're going to be using to move ahead here, because now those $3,000 runs to the sawmill are going to be $6,000 and $7,000. Probably would do 2 of those, and then we'll get ourselves the harvester and we'll take a look in the field, because I think if we go into the field, it'll give us an estimated yield, like how much we think that's going to come off. And then if I can get a harvester that that'll have a capacity similar to that, then we won't need a trailer, right? And we won't have to cart it, and then the combine can load right, either unload into a sell point or unload into wherever it is we deem it where we want it to go. I would love to have the opportunity to have some type of fermenting building right away. That'd be huge. I think the kind of the main fermenting silos we were using over on Comlands were like 15 grand. If we found a flat enough spot, 3 loads of wood probably pays for $15,000 and gets us what we need. Oh, look at these guys. Sorry about that, folks. I'm new in town and I'm not very fast. I'm just guessing, but we may want to use this to haul our logs back and forth to the sawmill to avoid any of the stress that was being caused by the current setup. Oh, look at all this harvesting. Okay, well let's hurry up here, because if I can use my forage wagon on other people's fields, like I know I can't use their equipment on my fields, but I can use my equipment on their fields, right? Because I mean I can accept a contract and use my own equipment. I don't have to borrow their equipment all the time. So I should also then be able to take a forage wagon and pick up straw. And if I can put a fermenting silo in, then I can bring that straw back and start making use of it right away. Silage is not very lucrative in this mode of gameplay, in hard economy, but that's okay. Okay, please be... There's some pallet forks which are great for picking up logs, and then there's other ones that are just an absolute struggle. Oh, so this is what I was talking about. You want to level up? Get yourself a cheap tractor. Oh my god, this is the best. Oh, wait, don't drop on your head. That was backwards from what I expected. Come on. There we go. Alright, I think what we'll do is we're going to get the first few logs loaded up here, and then I'm going to cut up as many trees as I can, and we may do like a loading time lapse. That's not nearly as annoying as a sawing time lapse. Like literally running around cutting up logs is quite tough to watch, but oh no, don't do it again. It's like these are reversed or something, or maybe I'm reversed. That's probably what it is. Yeah, there's nothing subtle about this tractor. Everything you do happens so quickly. Right, where's the center of this piece? Geez, I cut some of these really small. I wasn't really giving the tractor much credit. If I could somehow load like 2 trees onto here, we could, you know, it'd be great to end up with like a $5,000 or $6,000 load. These aren't very big logs, so I'm starting to worry that getting that massive payout might not happen. Now, the one thing we can do is pack smaller logs on the end, so we can still hand bomb a bunch of logs. And we can use some creative strapping techniques here shortly to get more logs on where physics would sort of suggest you couldn't. Okay, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this log on there. I'm gonna hook this tractor up to the trailer so we can see how that goes. And then I may hand bomb just a couple pieces onto the end, and then we'll go for a drive. I'm gonna double check also to make sure that it is still the right place to sell these. So here's where you start using your straps to help you build a bit of a... See how I got a nice platform on top there? I could put quite a few more logs up there, but I think what I'm going to do right now is... I don't even think I'm going to hand bomb anything. Let's just do this. Let's just see how this thing tows. We'll leave our cement block here. I have a feeling, yeah, we have another low hitch here, so this... I don't know what's going to be better. I think... Oh man, this is going to be brutal. Hang on. Oh. No, there is a higher hitch. Oh my god. Okay, this would make me nervous. Driving with those huge logs right behind my head. Alright, well let's see if we make it up the hill at the end here. That little wheel at the bottom is way higher now, so that's good. This trailer looks like it does stuff. Like it's got like weird little hydraulic pieces and stuff. I'm wondering if it does something that we're not understanding. Okay, and I'm wondering something else too. I can make the immediate turn into that little dirt trail. Yeah, that's probably what we'll do. I was gonna say, or I could follow the road up around the corner, then turn around and then come in that way. But maybe just trying to hit that trail right away is the way to go. I'm going top speed right now, 24. I got the fork straight out in front of me for aerodynamics. I'm just not scrubbing any speed in the corner. Oh yeah. Okay, wait, no, I'm staying on the pavement. We use a bit of a weave technique. Whoa. Come on, baby. Keep the wheels down. Yeah, if I went on the dirt, we would just dig right in. So we're just feathering the throttle so we don't do a complete wheelie. We're touching the wheels gently every once in a while to maintain direction. And it looks like our greed is being rewarded. Oh, that was good. That was a win. I'm gonna say that was a win. I don't think the Gator would have made it up there. And think about this too. This is all downhill from here to the sell point, and then we just have to come back up the hill on the way out. So that's good. I'm not even gonna guess. In my back of my mind, I'm like, ooh, it'd be nice if this was for 10 grand. I'm not even gonna guess. I'm not doing it. Let's just we'll take what it's willing to give us. And if it was 10 grand, that'd be even better. All right, get into the Ghostbusters cone. Okay, folks. Ooh, $9,700. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, that's cool. It's a cool old tractor. I mean, it's definitely not something that, I mean, it's no, what's that new case, that giant quad track? It's not quite that. I think if I can get longer logs and not pile it up so high, then it won't be so dicey getting there. But we'll probably get the same, if not more money, because the logs will be longer. But first, let me take a look in the store for the forge wagon. Let's start checking things off the Let's start checking things off so we know we've got the money. That's kind of dumb. Let's not do that. Because let's say something happens and I don't get the straw. What could happen, you say? Who knows, right? This is farming simulator after all. Nothing is a given. But I do know that this would be a good location for a fermenting silo right here. Okay, let's get some bigger logs in here, folks. Some money makers. Not necessarily this one. Oops, missed. This one will come with us, but not yet. Let's just get some of these bigger logs. I think with this piece, it's probably a decent load. I don't know that I want to chance not being able to get up that hill. It's hard to tell. I think in overall, like, volume of wood, the last load was probably greater. I think the logs were just bigger. It would definitely keep those wheelie situations down. What if I put a log on the front? I wonder if that would add a little bit of extra weight, or if it would just create bigger problems as we go up the road. Let's try. We'll use it as a counterbalance for potential wheelies. Sure, that's not going to do anything but aggravate us, but whatever, let's just make our lives difficult. Gun it. This is a 3-speed. Look in the bottom right over there. We're in 3rd gear. Yeah, there's no like high gear or anything. All right, well, we're going 24 kilometers an hour in 3rd gear. Let's keep this low so we keep that gravity low. Yeah, look at, there's a great spot. I could have put another log on top there, but that might have been bad news. So one thing I don't want to do when it comes to fermentation, you know, creating silage, that kind of thing, is I don't want to use a pit. I just want to use a silo where I can dump the stuff in there. Oh yeah, we're getting squirrely already. All right, weave. What if I just stay in 1st gear? Not neutral. Oh shoot. I put it in neutral. I learned how to drive in these Canadian winters. Everyone always says, why is there a traction control? Why would you ever want to turn your traction control off in your car? Well, you know, when you're stuck in the snow, the last thing you want is your vehicle to start, you know, controlling the power that goes to your wheels. You want the control. You want to spin the crap out of those suckers. And look at that, we made it. We made it. All right, it's not smooth sailing from here on in, obviously, because we got to go down this hill still. And if I cook the brakes, we're done. So let's go nice and easy. And just like that, folks, we made it. Hope you enjoyed your flight. Okay, did we crack 10 grand? I don't think we cracked 10 grand. I think this is, I think it's less than the last one. Ooh, but close. $9,300. Okay, we got 20 grand, folks. Oh, I was gonna see if I could do a no lift through the intersection, but then I saw that red car coming. I didn't want to trade red paint. Okay, $3,400 there. That'll take us to about $18,000. There's a fermenting silo. That's $15,000, and I've got a perfect flat spot on the yard for it. Let's see what we can pick up a harvester for. Let's see if they tell us what our estimated volume is going to be. Based on the field, I would say we're going to be about 5,000 liters. What do you say? Owned by you. Potential in harvest quantity 5,700 liters. See the third number down there? 4,500. Okay, but let's just, this would be a nightmare. Like, what is that? It comes with a header. What? Ugh. Out of curiosity. Right? Is that what it looks like? This would be a complete regret, but we'd just be leasing it. It would cost me $600 to lease this thing. And even if I picked up a small trailer... Oh, this thing looks like it's just a nightmare ready to happen. Shoot. All right. Well, you know what? I think we're going to lease that $600 one. If we don't get the straw, we don't get the straw. We'll get the grain. It's literally going to cost me $600. 5,700 liters of oats. Is that what it was? Well, okay. Two things. 5,700 liters of oats right now would get us like $2,000. So that would pay. We'd be up like about, I don't know. Let's call it. We'd be up like $1,300. Okay. I think we're doing that. If by chance we get straw off this harvester too, then that's great. But you know what? In all fairness, this thing has this thing's not going to be good, is it? Yeah, whatever. Okay, lease. Yes. Ooh, look at that. Okay, let's hope it makes it there. Does it have a hitch that's hidden somehow? No. All right, watch out, world. Here I come. Wow, look at that winner. I got like a little spotlight I can control on the... Hey, freeze! All right, this would be fun to suffer together, but well, look at that back wheel's gonna fall off, I think. So in hindsight, I probably could have taken another load of wood to the grain mill or to the wood place, and pulled another $8,000 or $9,000 out, and then leased a harvester that would have given us the ability to take the straw off. But it's not the end of the world. It's one field. We're going to aggressively chop down all the trees in that property and move them over to the to cash, and then hopefully use that cash to help us buy a little bit of property. I know we have to be careful though, right? Because if you just chop down all your trees and buy some property, is that property turning over into additional income, right, with the crops, or are you getting into some productions that start producing quickly or whatever? If you just chop it all down, have the cash, spend the money, and then you're kind of done if you don't have any more money, right? I'll stop. Oh, hey, let's remember that one for the morning. There's a sheep in there or whatever. That'll be another $1,000 for breakfast. So I guess if we don't pull the straw off there, we didn't need to get the forage harvester, so that was a little bit premature, but I know we will need it, and that's the one we're going to use early on here because I can tow it with our tractor. Thank you very much. I got to remember this holds 1,500 liters, so we are going to need to... Oh, look, am I dropping... I am dropping straw. All right. So I'm going to need a small trailer. And we need a place to put that straw. Okay, so that's good. I think this thing's actually faster when it's in the field than when it was on the road. Is it possible? So the funny thing about this field, look, there's a huge ledge all the way around it. There's no good way to get into this field. We're going to have to figure that one out. I gotta watch. We're not, I don't think we're yielding that well. I think it was a 5,700 liter potential if everything went well, I think is what the 5,700 liter estimate was. Oh man, look at the hill. When I gotta make a right down at the end here, look at the hill I gotta go up. When I was on pavement, that hill was okay, but I don't know about this. We may want to turn around. And then we'll just get the hill in a couple. We'll go down the hill to get that. Okay, I'm going for it. Nope. There's like no room here either. Yeah, you're not turning around on here, that's for sure. This thing just like shifted a gear when we were going up that hill. Have you guys used this thing before? Well, I'm going to put down a multi-fruit silo, but my intention is not to use it as a multi-fruit silo. I'll probably try to just keep it to one. Or whatever, I'll use... I guess, I mean, I'm using tools out of Mod Hub. Realism is great, but... hate to waste money on dirt, but... can't really see what I'm doing either. So it's okay. It's okay. We're a couple of decent loads to the sawmill away from additional income. All right, we're just going to do that for now. So the reason why I put the silo down and not a production is really not much took oats. Could you hear that thing? So, like, I think there was one that I could mix. I don't know. It's hard to tell from the menu, obviously, but there's one that looked like I could mix oats and water and get watery oats. Like, it does not sound great, but anyways. Yeah, I'm not a fan of these silos where I don't know. And I've asked this before. Nobody ever answers, but. Is it a real thing? Like, are there silos where you can literally dump everything into the ground there and then select what you want to remove? I highly doubt it, but... So I will need, before the day is done, I'll need to do one more load of logs so I can grab, you know, 8 or 10 grand, 8 grand or whatever, and we can put in the other silo where we can put the straw. I haven't really made things easy on myself when it comes to needing to pick up all the straw. Kind of all over the place. But let's go dump this and get rid of this thing. Go pick up our forage wagon. We're gonna do, we just need one load of wood, and we should be in good shape. Get our other silo in. And that's a pretty successful day one, if I do say so myself. We will get this painted up, and like, obviously I'm not going to leave this is concreted down, or we're not going to do that. We will do the usual. So right now, let's... Oh, I was just about to say, I like having the traffic on the map. Hi, sorry about that. I think we did 3 full loads in there, plus whatever was in that last one, so could we have had 5,000 liters maybe? It's not major. I'm gonna have to investigate a little bit more and figure out what I can do with oats. I know I can make flour, but I just couldn't see that in any of the small productions that were there. When I was looking at the field, down at the far end down there over the road, I can potentially flatten out the ledge a little bit just past the field, and then we could get in and out over there. There's a huge ditch on this side, and the ledge is quite steep all the way along the road. So, I mean, for now, I'm going to go down the hill here, and we're going to come back up to the woods. We'll probably go run to the sawmill quickly. I don't know what time it closes, and it's 4 o'clock right now, so we're going to drop the forage wagon here, grab a load of logs, and get that sold, so that way we can at least get the straw off the field overnight, or so before night. And I don't know. I doubt the dew overnight is gonna ruin it. But ooh, all right, leave it right there. And we'll just start picking up logs. So, one of the other things that is that can make for a successful start in a playthrough like this is a sawmill, right? Especially when you have all this wood. But we've done that so many times, so I think I'd really like to try to get some fields behind us and some productions, rather than, and then just literally use the wood for cash for now. This tractor is actually quite amazing. It's been a really good tool to get us going here. Handles well. It's just fast enough. I mean, when you're on long distance, it kind of sucks, but for around here, it's perfect. You don't really want a ton of power and speed. Okay, wait, I should rephrase that. You always want power and speed, but you don't necessarily need it when you're around the yard right now, in the early stages. I'll have to get a good look at the real estate market here. I don't know how much everything costs. I want to say these woods here were like a couple $100,000, but obviously that's part of the starting loan, right? It's kind of the story behind where the $250,000 loan that you have is. All right, folks, these would be maybe the last chunks here. All right, Hill, be good to us, please. Last time was good. Just sheer perseverance got us up that hill, and never doubting we would make it. Here it goes. Oh, that's the best. I think I'm literally sliding my tires up the hill. Shoot, sorry. I shouldn't text and drive. My bad. $8,600. Beauty. That'll help. We can put the fermenting silo in and still be left with about $5,200. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to do some flattening and stuff to make this area over on this side now a little bit more usable, but that's okay. The nice thing is something will be working while we're sleeping. Then I think what we're gonna do is literally cut down all of these trees and then put the money into greenhouses, like basically stuff around here that is not the traditional farming, but will make us money, and then we can then we can use that money to buy all the property around here. I ended up getting the bottom hitch because the lower attachment like that, because when I tried to put the top one on, it looked like it was almost like it was leaning forward even more. Ooh, I don't think I can save it. I'm going over the edge. Shoot. Again, texting and driving. I gotta stop doing that. Okay, well, let me show you where I was thinking about I could put a little entrance. All right. Gotta pay more attention. All right, we'll do the usual check. We still have some more straw coming off too, though, by the way. Okay. Okay, these might be the last passes, I think. I mean, a couple little scraps there, but that's basically it. So we'll go dump this. And it kind of looks like we have two big silos over there, and there's not really much in them, but all in time, all in time. Okay, this is it, folks. This is it for August, really. We're gonna get this dumped in here. And then, like I said, we'll go take a well-earned break, and then I'm gonna start chopping trees down. So the next time we meet, we can load all those trees up and we'll make some money. Okay, so I've got a lot of work to do before the next time we meet. This place probably won't look the same, but I think we'll all appreciate the effort the effort, especially chopping the trees off camera versus doing it on camera anyways. But yeah, so that's episode 1 in the books. Thanks so much, guys. I think this is going to be a real adventure. Let's see what happens. See ya.